Yes, Pompey now has 30% less attribute anomaly damage received. I think it's okay if they want to differentiate between crit boss and anomaly boss, and they choose Pompey to fit into crit boss more. Considering how Remiel release soon, anomaly will dominate the meta once again. This puts some balancing issue in the game. 30% less anomaly damage is not really a death sentence for anomaly team against Pompey though. It does lower the score significantly, but you can still play anomaly against Red Pompey. Different than if they makes Pompey has higher build-up rest, then that would make anomaly team becomes unplayable against him completely. For Miyabi who deals split damage between anomaly and crit, it's still quite hard for the score here, but not by a lot. That's why my approach here is to use full crit Miyabi with high crit rate, as we are banking more on her critical hits over enhanced basic. But as you know, Miyabi optimum build with Yuzuha and Nanggong is actually AP Miyabi, with more than 300 AP for more disorder damage. Nanggong as a sub DPS is also focused around anomaly damage with her polarity disorder and ether disorders. Those damage source now become less effective because of Pompey's new buff of less anomaly damage taken, which put this team position from comfortably killing the boss on their previous meeting to about 50k right now. Not a bad score considering all the factors such as the buff and boss HP. If the dev's aim is to balance Miyabi's score so she doesn't perform better than the crit DPS like Pyrois, Yishunguang or Yishuan on Pompey, they achieved their goal successfully. The biggest loser here would be Bernice. Now most anomaly boss is resistance to fire, the ones that doesn't resist fire is more of a Felina boss, Bernice is just along for the road, and her actual boss is nowhere to be seen. Where is Green Pompey Hoyo? Let's talk a bit about the buff selection. We are using buff 1 here. Technically Miyabi can use all 3 buff here. From my testing, buff 3 is weaker than buff 1. However you look at it, Fresh Strat will be more valuable than Death Strat, especially because Pompey is neutral weak for both Nanggong and Miyabi. Plus, Miyabi still get the damage percent. Buff 2 is actually interesting. With careful planning, the Daze buff makes 5 stun possible with Nanggong here, if we get the stun fast enough or get a donut skip on Pompey. I've successfully did it twice, but the score is still lower than this run, so I think it's still not good number wise, also considering that the second part of the buff uptime is not that good, but the rotation is cool. Though I have a problem managing the resource and anomaly meter for the 5 stun donut skip rotation, so I might revisit it later to get better result.